One of the great things about cruising is the food. This summer we had an excellent cruise on the Sun Princess. And one of the things I really liked about the Sun Princess, and it would apply to the new Star Princess as well, is just the multitude of dining options on board. So today I want to give you a rundown on what those are. So what's included, what's an upcharge, what's great. Let's talk about it. Let's eat. Welcome, I'm Sean Whent. I'm your host here at the Whent There Cruising Channel. And today we're taking a look at dining on the Sun Princess. So it's a fantastic ship, the new Sphere class, lots of neat things about it. I've done several videos on it before. I'll leave some links down below so you can see various aspects of it. But today we're looking at dining. So we're going to start with what's included. Well, obviously included is going to be main dining. And so main dining on the Sun Princess, you've got different options. You can do the anytime dining, or you can do the fixed time early and late dining. Main dining is at the far back of the ship. The fixed time dining is the lowest deck. That's deck 6 in the Soleil dining room. Deck 7 is the Eclipse dining room. So it's all one. They're all connected with stairs. And then deck 8 of that is the Sanctuary restaurant. So that would essentially be main dining if you have a Sanctuary class cabin. But otherwise, one of the lower two decks of the main dining. And so you can do breakfast in there and you can do dinner in there. Usually they only have breakfast on one level of the main dining room, but that is an option. And then of course, dinner, they use the multiple levels. What else is included? The buffet. But on Sun Princess, it's not called the buffet, it's called the eatery. And it's on deck 9, which is unusual. Usually on Princess, we see the buffet on up the pool deck, but here it's on deck 9, the highest level of the piazza. It is just aft of the piazza, and it's a very large buffet, mirrored on both sides of the ship. And in the Sun Princess buffet, it is a touchless buffet. So you actually walk to the food stations and they serve you, you hand them the plate, they put it on there and they hand you your plate back. But you do not use tongs or serving in the buffet there. Now in the morning time, they actually extend that buffet into the far back of the ship for the Americana Diner, which is also complimentary. So in the morning, the Americana Diner is essentially a overflow of the main buffet. But at dinner time, the Americana Diner is a sit-down restaurant. You do not need reservations. You can simply show up. It is complimentary, but it's sort of a feel-good, American food, right? So you can get breakfast for dinner if you want steak and eggs or something like that. That's an option. But they also have fried chicken and burgers and hot dogs and things like that. So pretty neat. And they also serve a lot of that food with these little robots that drive around. Now, there's some kinks in this. They were a little funky. They crashed into each other and had a little trouble navigating some obstacles. So it's still kind of a work in progress. But it is kind of neat to see the food delivered on a little robot on trays. They still have to have a person physically hand it to you, but it's a neat experience. Additionally included, of course, is International Cafe. It's actually right in front of the buffet on Sun Princess, whereas in the other ships, International Cafe is down there on deck 5, the lowest level of the piazza. Here it's on 9, but it's 24 hours. It's the only 24-hour food venue on board. And so, you can get sandwiches there or pastries in the morning, things like that. But it is 24 hours. So if you want a little snacky kind of food, it's a great place to go. Additionally included would be the Promenade Grill and the Lido Grill, right? So on the Promenade deck outside of the buffet, on the outer portion, on one side they have a pizza stand, right? So it's the Promenade Pizza. On the other side, it's Promenade Grill, where they have the burgers, hot dogs, and tacos. And this essentially mirrors what they're offering up on the pool deck. So if you go up to the Lido deck, the same things are there. Additionally, though, they have a Lido Greens, which is a salad bar sort of thing. But then there's the grill with hot dogs and hamburgers and things like that. And then there is the Slice, which is where the pizza is. And then a kind of fancier taco bar up on the Lido deck. But essentially the same food in either place. So if you're on the pool deck, you can get food there, or if you're lower on the ship, you can go there on the promenade deck. But mirrored options really in both places. There are, of course, room service options available as well. And if you have the Ocean Now package that you pay for, you can order from the app and have food delivered to you, or really anywhere around the ship. So that is an additional option as well. But then Princess has what they call casual dining. And this is sort of slightly elevated above what you would see in the complimentary dining. There's two different venues on board that are casual dining. One, of course, is Alfredo's Pizza. It is phenomenal. Really, generally looked at as one of the best pizzas at sea. I would concur with that. It is phenomenal. So at Alfredo's, there's a $14.95 cover charge, which gets you the appetizer, a pizza, and a dessert. But there is an upcharge for certain pizzas. They have a handful of pizzas on the menu. There's an upcharge. But it's $14.95. Or if you have the plus dining package, you get 2 casual dining credits during your voyage. So that would take one of your credits for casual dining. And then the other casual dining option on board is the O'Malley's Irish Pub, which is a fantastic venue. And so you can get dinner in there. It's similar to the Alfredo's. It's about a $14 cover charge. Then there's some a la carte kind of things as well. But if you want dinner there, $14 cover charge, or it would be one of your casual dining credits if you have the plus package. And that really is Irish pub food. It's fish and chips and things like that. So, really great. And in the evening, obviously, you're going to get live Irish music in there as well. A great band when we were on board. So we found that to be a wonderful venue. And then I guess what would also be sort of a la carte option is the Gelateria, which is on deck 7 opposite Princess Live and next to Butcher's Block by Dario. And it's where they sell gelato on board. So there is a charge for that. Now, if you have the premier package with the specialty desserts included, then you're not paying it, but everybody else is going to be paying it's a few dollars. It's not outrageously expensive, but you can get gelato there on board. But one of the coolest things about the Sun Princess is just a multitude of specialty dining options. So many options. Now, most of these have a fairly significant fee. You're looking in the ballpark of a $60 fee for each of these. But of course, if you have the premier package, then specialty dining is included. And so you're not going to pay that. But lots of options. So the first one, obviously, is the Crown Grill. It's the signature steakhouse on board. Many of the Princess ships have a Crown Grill. And, obviously you want good quality steaks. Now they have seafood and stuff as well, but it's predominantly a steakhouse. And they also have these really good little multiple salt options there's one, it's a black Hawaiian salt, really punches up the meat. So great option there. Love the Crown Grill. Another Princess classic is Sabatini's Italian. So it's on deck 8 on the Sun Princess, and it's classic Italian food, multiple courses, and really very good. What I probably like best, and this is probably the wrong answer, but I really like their bread. I think the best bread you get on board anywhere in the Sun Princess is at Sabatini's. Just phenomenal, like focaccia bread. So good. So Sabatini's, great option. One of the ones that we really liked on board was exclusive to the Sun Princess and the New Star is the Butcher's Block by Dario. So this is another very meat-centric thing, multiple courses, but just absolutely phenomenal food. If you are a red meat person, you are going to love Butcher's Block by Dario. We actually had really over-the-top service there too. I thought their service there was impeccable. That was probably the best dinner we had on board. Another option is Love by Britto. So this is actually in a great spot on the Sun Princess. It's up at the far aft of deck 17 with windows that overlook the wake. And so you get an amazing view up there. But of course, the artwork in there is all Romero Britto inspired art. There's, hearts and things like that. So in that upper area there is all sort of decorated in that Love by Britto theme. But it's sort of an interesting restaurant. It's kind of a hodgepodge of stuff. It's Rudi Solomon is the chef that put it together. He's also the one that did Catch by Rudi. But this is more of your sort of test kitchen-y sort of place. Really elegant, but a wide array of options, some creative options. But you can't beat Love by Britto just for the view. I mean, just an absolutely beautiful view. Now, another one that was a neat experience but has no view is Umai Teppanyaki and Umai Hot Pot. Everybody loves to go to a hibachi grill restaurant. It's always a great experience. The chefs are amazing. It's a dinner and a show, right? It's great. Now, one thing on a cruise ship, they do not do any fire effects. Cruise ships tend to frown upon fire on board, so you're not going to get any fire volcano or anything like that with onions on board. But nevertheless, if you like that Japanese hibachi kind of grill place or hot pot, Umai is an option. Now, it's limited, though, so they run like 3 seatings per night. There is a 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. seating. And so it can be a little difficult to get reservations. There's only 4 hibachi grills in the Umai restaurant, and it obviously can fill up. Now, I would say, though, is if you want to get in there, show up about that time. And if you don't have a reservation, sometimes there's no shows and you're able to get in. We were actually not able to get a reservation for Umai Teppanyaki, but we were able to slide in, 2 of us at the last minute for a 7 p.m. one. Worked out great because somebody didn't show up. So, their misfortune is my gain. It was a wonderful experience, great food. You'll love Umai Teppanyaki. And then beyond that, there's Makoto Ocean. I guess it's Makoto Ocean on the Sun Princess and Makoto Ocean on the new Star Princess. But this is right there in the piazza on deck 8 on the starboard side of the ship. And so it's a busy area, and it can be a noisy area too, right? If they've got, a game show or like a Zumba or something going on in the piazza. But if you want your sushi, this is really what it is. It's a sushi restaurant. But I often saw a lot of people there, so it seemed to be doing a pretty good business. So if sushi's your thing, Makoto Ocean, right there in the piazza. And then I did mention Catch by Rudi, right? One of the other Rudi Solomon restaurants on board. This is the seafood restaurant. This is on deck 7 on the Sun Princess, and it's kind of tucked away at the back corner of the piazza. You really wouldn't even notice it's there if you weren't looking for it. But this is the seafood restaurant. Now you can get like a surf and turf if you really want a steak or something like that, but lots of different seafood options, obviously lobster and very, very generous portions of lobster. So if that's your thing, you really can't beat the Catch by Rudi. Now, there's a couple other little niche things that are offered. Spellbound is on board the Sun Princess. They previously offered a dinner with this. So for $149 cover charge, you got to have dinner in the corner of the Sanctuary restaurant on deck 8, and then you get to go to the Spellbound parlor, essentially, and get some specialty cocktails there. Well, the dinner was not super successful. We did try this. The dinner was honestly awful. It was the worst dinner we had during the entire event. Well, when the new Star Princess launched, they launched it without the dinner, and apparently that change is being made on the Sun Princess as well. So there no longer is a Spellbound dinner, but there still is the Spellbound cocktail experience. So it's roughly a $45 cover charge, and you can go to Spellbound and get some specialty cocktails, with the steam coming out of it and things like that. Really pretty interesting, but neat experience. And then obviously you get a magic show as well along with that. So neat experience, $45 a person for a couple drinks and a magic show. Really not that exorbitant in the grand scheme of things. The one that maybe is more exorbitant in the grand scheme of things would be the chef's table. So this is roughly a $105 package, but this is very, very limited. The table, they do it in the far back corner of the Deck 7 Eclipse dining room, but it's a table in the round, and it is roughly maybe 12, 16 people for an exclusive chef's experience on every night for dinner, right? So with only 16 people-ish for each sitting of this, obviously a little challenging to get reservations for. But there's wine pairings with it, and you're in the ballpark of $100, $105, something like that for the dinner. So it's a bit more, but really exclusive experience. And so if you are a food person, that might be the one to look out for. So that's a lot of food, right? I mean, there's so many options available to you. And really, other than that one horrible Spellbound experience, it was all excellent. So go enjoy it. Hope you found the video useful. If you did, please like the video. And if you enjoy cruise content, please subscribe. We want to be your source for cruise content. Until we see you next time, we wish you smooth sailing. Take care.